Hello everyone, Charles Watts here. Welcome to Inside Arsenal. It's going to be a real short one today, and I know this is a lot later than I normally post videos in a day, but obviously I'm away at the moment, and had a load of stuff going on this morning with the family that just made it absolutely impossible. But I wanted to just pop on and do a very short one talking about last night, what I thought of the game. It was frustrating, wasn't it, in the end, after the perfect start as well. That's the biggest frustration for me. After everything yesterday, is that Arsenal got off to the start we all would have been dreaming of, to get that early goal, to get the dominance, to put themselves in such a good position. And so to come away all square at the end of 90 minutes is really, really frustrating. But having said that, Arsenal is still in this tie, and that's really, really crucial. They showed a lot of character in that second half against a Bayern team who, look, for all their troubles this season, they are still Bayern Munich. They are still seasoned campaigners in the Champions League. At this stage of the competition, season after season, they know how to get it done. They know how to go to big away games, keep themselves in a tie, and they've done that. But Arsenal kept themselves in the tie as well by mounting that little comeback in the second half, getting the equaliser through Leandro Trossard. What a wonderful goal that was as well. Gabriel Jesus played superbly to set that up. The substitutions were really important for Mikel Arteta. I thought he got it wrong with the team selection. Well, when I say team selection, with the left-back situation, which was probably the only big decision he had going into that game. I thought it would either be Tomiyasu or Zinchenko. I actually thought it would be Tomiyasu. I'm not sure Kiwior was the right choice for that game, and certainly when you look at how that first half panned out and how Kiwior played, and I'm not going to dig him out, he wasn't terrible by any means, but he did struggle a little bit, and I think that gave Bayern a little bit of an advantage on that side. I mean, the first goal, yes, it was a catalogue of errors from so many people. I know there's a lot of blame being put on Raya, and look, I think Raya's starting position certainly got into Gabriel's head, and had Raya not been there, then I don't think Gabriel would have done what he did. But Raya is very often there, and he often clears up because of that. And if Gabriel had just left the situation to the goalkeeper who was facing the play, then Raya would have just cleared his lines, and that situation would never happen. But obviously, I think Gabriel turning around, seeing Raya there, it confused him. His pass to Kiwior was poor. And it was just a catalogue of errors really that led to that goal, and that was really, really frustrating. And then the second goal as well, Kiwior gets done far too easily at the start of that move from Sane. Then Arsenal could have cut that run out beforehand, foul him outside the box if you're going to foul him. There was opportunities to bring him down, that sort of tactical foul. They didn't do it, and then it got into the penalty area. I'm not quite sure what William Saliba there was doing. I think panic mode set in, or what, I don't know. He just really didn't need to make that tackle, especially as Ben White was behind him to clear it up as well. But he did. Harry Kane got his penalty. We all knew it was going to happen at some point in that 90 minutes. Harry Kane would get a penalty. He did. And, Arsenal could have folded at that point, 2-1 down to Bayern Munich, even at home, even on the form they're in. They could have struggled to find a way back from that. They're not used to being in this competition. They're not used to being at this stage of the Champions League. Bayern Munich are. But I thought Arsenal responded well in the second half. The substitutions worked. I liked Zinchenko coming on. I thought that worked. And when you look at how Arsenal played down that left-hand side, and you look at the numbers, Zinchenko coming on improved things measurably and got them a lot more control in that game. And I thought Sane as well was a lot more quiet in the second half before he went off because of Zinchenko. So I thought that was a good substitution, and obviously the changes for Jesus and Trossard as well, who came on and was so influential in getting Arsenal back level, with Jesus setting up Trossard for the goal. It really, really helped Arsenal. And 2-2, look, it's not the worst result in the world. It could have been better, especially after that start, but it is not the worst result in the world. It keeps Arsenal in this competition, and that's really, really important. And I have no doubt in my mind that they can go to Munich next week and get the result they need on that. They're a strong team, Arsenal. They're very good away from home. It's going to be difficult. I think Bayern Munich will understandably be favourites now, but Arsenal can still go and get this job done, and it just remains to be seen if they're going to do it or not. On the penalty incident at the end, I have to say I'm not sure it's a penalty. I think you've seen or given loads of times, and had that been given, I don't think it would have been an absolute clanger from the ref, but I do think Saka hangs his leg out. I think there's certain angles you look at it and think, he doesn't really have to get out of the way. It's his, the goalkeeper's coming out and cleaning him out, so Saka, it's not his responsibility to get out of the way, and I do get that. But then when you look at some of the other angles, he certainly just thrusts his leg to the right to make sure there's contact. And we know, look, it happens all the time, and we've seen so many penalties given for it. We saw it in the Liverpool game against Man United at the weekend when Harvey Elliott did it and got the penalty that ultimately led to Liverpool getting a point at Old Trafford. So it happens all the time, and so it does feel harsh that Saka on this occasion didn't get the penalty. but I do think he was looking for it a little bit. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but I do think he was looking for it a little bit. So I don't think that was an absolute clanger from the referee. I wish he'd given it. And like I said, I've seen him given, but I don't think it was a clanger. What I did think was a clanger was Harry Kane not getting sent off. I think that is just a definite red card. He sees Gabriel come in, he knows exactly what he's going to do, and he elbows him in the throat. Yes, it's not in the face, but it's in the throat. If it's not dangerous play, I don't know what is. I really, really don't. And I think Harry Kane absolutely got away with on there. He shouldn't be playing in the second leg. It should have been a red card. I think for all the discussion about penalties, what were and what wasn't, obviously Bayern Munich and complaining about the handball, which it's, Arsenal, I think Arsenal are lucky that's not a penalty. I think in the rules, it should be a penalty. The referee has applied common sense. I think that's quite a good thing, because in that situation, it wasn't like Arsenal were trying to get an advantage or anything. It was just a miscommunication. But on another day, with a different referee who applies the rules more stringently, that's a penalty, and Arsenal can have very, very few complaints about it. So I think Arsenal got away with one slightly there, but I think Harry Kane definitely got away with one with his red card. Ultimately it was a yellow card, but I think that really should have been a red. And he does it all the time, Harry Kane. He's really, really sly when it comes to that sort of thing. And I think he can count himself very, very fortunate that he is available for the second leg. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens now in the second leg. Listening to Mikel Arteta afterwards in his press conference, you could see the frustration. He knows his side have missed a good opportunity there to put themselves in a really strong position going to Munich. The players will know that as well. It is definitely a missed opportunity. You can't get away from that. But I still think it's all for play for Arsenal, and they will really believe that they can go to Munich and get a result. And they're going to need that belief as well, because it's a really tough place to go. Munich have the history. They have the knowledge that they've done it time and time again in this competition, especially at big home games. But that doesn't mean that Arsenal can't do it. I sort of look back. I always compare this kind of team to the 2007-08 team in terms of how they've come out of nowhere really and become this really strong team that's challenging for a title. And that 2007-08 team, I remember when they drew 0-0 with AC Milan in the Champions League, and then they went to the San Siro. No one gave them a chance in that game, and they got that 2-0 win with Cesc Fabregas scoring and Adebayor scoring at the end. I think it was the first English team to ever win at the San Siro. No one gave them a chance going into that game after drawing the first leg at the Emirates, and they went and won, and they won really, really well. And it would not surprise me at all if this team go and do it next week in Munich. Obviously, we've got Aston Villa to come on Saturday. Now, we'll wait and see how that goes, and then it's a Munich game. It's just a really big week, huge week. It started with a bit of a frustrating result, but we'll wait and see what happens. Now, of course, I am away at the moment, as you can tell. As I've told you many a times, I have got a pre-recorded Inside Arsenal Extra Time coming with me and James Bender, where we talk about Arsenal's player of the season. I think I might try and put that out tomorrow, or it might be on Friday. I'm not sure yet, but keep your eyes peeled for that. It is coming in. If I can do a normal video before then I will. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. But it's not going to be as regular as always, as you know. But thank you very much for watching. Just a short one for me. I wanted to check in and give my thoughts on the game. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great evening. I'll speak to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.